I feel like a deleted scene from Indiana Jones with this Snoopy cup. So yeah, it's just juice. I don't even want a soup today. A few changes to the soup format. I've changed the title from being a date to the topic. And I'm drinking juice today. So that's the changes. Changes done. I wanted today to talk about Valve, especially their decision to now allow people who make mods to charge money for their mods on the Steam Workshop. It started with Skyrim and will eventually expand to other games. It is the choice of the developer of the game if they allow it or not. This is a messy idea. It's like everything Valve does is the equivalent of a blindfolded Assassin's Creed run. Because it's a nice idea, but they're gonna botch the execution. That's just Valve's thing, is they have nice ideas and they just completely cock them up in that special Valve way. I think it's a good thing that if you do work and put it out there, some money rolls in. I think that's fine. Any work that you do, you should get a little bit of money for. I think that's a nice way for the system to work. I think a paywall is the absolute worst way of doing that. Saying, pay me this to get this thing. That's archaic from the internet. I honestly think that is a method that's going to die out because it's crap. Like, if I charged you like 50p a video you watched on mine, you wouldn't pay 50p a video. You might want to donate a few quid a year. Fantastic. But 50p a video would never work. Because me and the modders are in this together. We both make the derivative content. YouTubers and modders make derivative content. We get a thing, in this case a game, and we manipulate it in a way that is the way we want to manipulate it. I do videos, modders make new shit for it. They're vastly better than me, apparently. But I just putting a paywall up in front of that and going, you can't do this thing unless money is off. I mean, modders can't really do advertising unless you've got your Skyrim armor with fucking Nike written across the top. But so there are other alternatives to donate. I think this would have been much better if they just had a big old donation button. Just click, donate to this modder. Would have been a wonderful idea. They go, we're allowing paid mods. How are you doing that? Big donate button. Fantastic. There are some mods on City Skylines. I would have put their children through college. Especially the guy who made the one where you can turn the traffic lights on or off. Oh my god. Oh, I love you. I love you and I would throw all the money at you. But if you put a paywall on a thing that I'm like, nah, about... I don't know. Then it just feels like, because it used to be like Skyrim has 50 billion things in the Steam Workshop, and now it feels like Skyrim has 50 billion pieces of DLC of varying quality in the Steam Workshop, and it's kind of crap. I know a lot of people aren't going to be going for this, and they're the smart ones. But I just think it's the wrong sort of way. It's especially wrong because it's Valve, so they take 75% of the money. I think they split some off with the developer. I doubt it would be... they may just take their standard 30%, the developer will get whatever's left. It's too early to math, my hair's still wet from the shower. I'm now trying to work out, my brain's like, no, just don't, just fucking 45. There, boom, 4, 5, 6, 45 to developer and 30 to Valve. They haven't announced that, they just say they take 25. The peepin who makes the mod, the guy from Lord of the Rings makes so many mods. But not Lord of the Rings ones, because then it'd be super shit. They get 25%. If you make a mod and stick it on the Steam Workshop, you only get 25% of what it sells for, which is just shit. That is just shit. That is horrible. Like, I complain about YouTube. YouTube has taken 45% of this video, and that's pissing me off. Taking another 30 off of that is just shitty. Especially when mods do take a fairly large amount of work. The way they're doing, like, because you may go, but some mods don't work. This is where Valve go, oh, we've got a good idea, we fucked it. Listen to this is a perfect example of the Valve curve of good idea, we fucked it. They say that if you download a mod, you get a 24-hour window of refunds. You can give it back after 24 hours. So once you buy it, you have 24 hours to make sure it works, and then you're fine. And then you go through and you may go, brilliant, that'll solve all the problems. But if the person who makes the mod updates it and then it breaks on your system, or it clashes with other mods, because mods always fucking clash, that's like what they do, then Valve tells you to go and jump off a fucking short pier. Very fast. Listen to this. This is what it says about if my mod breaks. What happens if my mod breaks after the 24-hour window? If you find out your mod is broken or is behaving unexpectedly, it is best you post politely on the workshop item page and let the author know the details of what you are seeing. They've taken it completely out of their hands. It's like, if this is broken, not our fault. It's the guy who took how much of the money? Oh yeah, a quarter. It's all on him. Yeah, because this is just Valve going, don't talk to our customer service, dear God, don't talk to them. Which is wise, because the fucking Iranian negotiations vastly easier than getting through to Valve. It's so shitty. All this stuff is just so shitty. Like, just putting all the thing on. If this breaks, it's his fault. Well, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. We have the money. We couldn't give a toss. We've got the money. That's what Valve is now. We've got the money. Fuck you in the face. I don't know why Valve is so, like, this is a weird move for Valve, going weirdly at mods like this, because Valve's 3 most popular games are all from mods. Dota, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress all started their life as mods. Then you've got stuff like Gary's mod that came off of it, fucking Stanley Parable, Red Orchestra. You've got all these that was Unreal, wasn't it? Doesn't matter. You've got all these fucking games that have come from mods and expanded out into full games. And that worked because they were free, and then they're like, oh, but we can expand on this idea, and then they did, and that was sort of how modders eventually got paid. Was they were like, either they eventually got snapped up, because quite a lot of modders do get snapped up for the game things, for game studios and stuff, but the other way was they eventually would go, no, we can make this into a full game. We can do a full game out of the Stanley Parable, and they did, and it was amazing. So that's the way mods sort of worked. And now Valve going, but if we get in here, we can make them, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, I can charge for my mod now. I'll do that, because then I'll get some shekels. And they won't. If you're selling a sword for $1, you have to sell 400 swords before you even see a penny, because there's a limit on Valve how much they pay you. You have to earn $100 before they actually pay you. And remember that 25% is all you're getting paid. So if you're charging $1, you have to sell 400 to get your $100. And that's when you'll first see money, is once you've sold 400 swords. It's not worth it. Especially with 25 fucking %. But already this system is being abused. I've seen people ripping shit off the Nexus and just slapping it on there because Valve don't seem to be doing any checks whatsoever. There's mods that are not finished yet that are charging for, so we now have early access mods for money! I keep looking over there because that's why I've written all this down. Because I want it to hit all the points. People are going to start pirating mods. This is going to be a weird thing. People are like, oh, have you pirated the latest mod? Odd stuff. There's going to be copyright fuckery. There's going to be huge copyright fuckery. Because a lot of the mods are stuff like... no, I'm just checking that I haven't been talking too long. The stuff like Mario in Gmod. If someone goes, I'm charging for my Mario thing because I made it. Or what if you've stolen a texture from somewhere? The mods are such a sort of slapdash fanboy kind of thing. You just put stuff together and then people go, oh, I got that. That works. Brilliant. Because that's why mods get away with what they do. Is because there's no money. When money gets involved, things get complicated because people want their slice of the money. This is going to hurt the thing in the long run. It's just weird. I now have to jump cut because my thing's flashing me that I've got no battery. Delicious Snoopy brains. Right, what was I saying? Yes, mods are the video game equivalent of fanfiction. I know there is video game fanfiction, probably. I don't want to know, actually, to be perfectly honest. But... that's really what it is, because fanfiction takes like the setting and the characters and then does something new with it, and that's what mods do. Instead of with words, they do it with new objects and new ways of playing and stuff like that. It's sort of fanfiction, and you know what happens when we charge for fanfiction? That's right. That's right, you get that. That's what happened. That is originally a Twilight fanfiction come to life. This is what Valve is trying to do to video games. Could try and turn it into 50 Shades. Go away, I don't like my screen anymore. Right, yes. Because I write a lot of, not fan fiction, but I do sort of like fake pilots for things. I like to do fake pilots. I'm currently writing a Star Trek pilot for a new Star Trek series that could quite happily run as like perfect. It's not the movie canon, it's the old thing canon. But I like writing these things, and I may release it one day, but I'm not going to charge for it. It may be the most spectacular, best thing I've ever written, but I'm not going to charge for it, because that's the wrong people, that's the wrong time. It's the wrong people to charge. Like, if it ever, fucking whoever owns Star Trek now, snap it up and go, we could pay £1 billion for that script. I go, fantastic, there you go, and we'll now sit on the IKEA chair made of gold. That's all that would really, I wouldn't know what to do with £1 billion. IKEA chair made of gold, and like, more, this, bigger. 2 of these, 2 Lego towns. Never give me money, I will spend it on IKEA furniture and Lego. That IKEA, this is an IKEA table! Fucking Swedish up. Oh my god, I just realised my balloons are the colours of Sweden. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I really don't want cities to go into this sort of thing. Like, if you do a mod that I like and you have a big old donation button somewhere and I can find it, I will throw some money at you. If it's a mod that I really like and there's a few for cities that I would absolutely be more than happy to pay for. But if you then slapped on, like, say, £5 for this, I'd be like, Especially because, like, mods are so... Like, if it's a simple mod, someone can just take the idea and redo it. They can take your fucking code, slightly jiggle it, and send it back out there for free. So, the people who make the, say, the best mods start charging for them, then the people are just going to go, oh, this idea's great, I'm doing it for free. And then this person's perspective is going to go, boo, woo, woo, woo. And this person's going to be like, yay, everyone loves me. So, the people who charge for things are going to disappear as modders. It's going to... Greedy modders will disappear. But it's not really greedy, it's getting money for what you want with a shitty system. I mean... I don't know. I knew one thing. I know one thing. With the amount of money fucking Valve is hoarding, Half-Life 3 had better be free. It better be fucking free. Half-Life free. That's what I want. Half-Life free. Because otherwise, what are they doing with this money? Just swimming around in money. They're just there going, we've got so much money. I mean, like the amount of times, because I'm making games at the moment, I already have 2 stores that I know I'm going to be selling them on for a pay what you want kind of thing, because that's how I want to sell my games. Steam don't really do pay what you want with the proper games, so I may have to, because a lot of people are like, bring it on to Steam, won't buy it unless it's on Steam, because that's the problem. A lot of people are like, well, I'll just pay flat money for it, so I may end up charging just a flat fee for the game on Steam. But now I just don't want to, like, because I know 30% of that will go to Valve. And maybe it's worth the 30% then, because they're getting all the downloads and they're hosting all the downloads and sorting all that shit out, but Valve aren't doing anything with this money. That's what I really get. They've got this huge pile of money. They're one of the most respected game developers in the world. Hire more people. Get another little team and make something. When was the last time they released a fucking game? Or Dota. Before that. What the fuck was before that? Left 4 Dead 2? Portal 2. That's 1 billion years ago! I would be more okay with Valve if they spent this money on games. They could do, like, the Valve indie. They could go to little indie studios, they could see what people were making, and they would go, oh, I'm making this little thing. Go through fucking ModDB, find all of these little games that people are making, and go, we'll give you 10 grand, we just want the money back. And just invest in these little things and pump these new guys up, because then they'll sell them on the store, and that's when Valve will take their cut. I think it's a good idea. That's what Valve should do. They should throw their money at little indie people and get the money. Because at the moment, they've just put it on a big pile. Unless Half-Life 3 is the re-embodied incarnation of fucking Christ, then where is all this money going? I don't know. Just a big pile somewhere. No, a big pile of money is useless to everybody. You can't even dive in it like Scrooge McDuck. That's a lie. You just smash on it. Unless it was notes, then you just get paper cutted. Ooh. Although I did just get an idea for my Saw fanfiction, so... What the fuck am I staring at?